Good morning and welcome to North Chapel on this second day of spring, which you'd never know looking out the window, but we're getting there. My name's Kathy Astemborski and I'll be today's service coordinator. Our worship theme for March comes from words by Ashley Horan. I've reread the words several times as they speak to me in ways that North Chapel speaks to me. In part, she says, "You are part of a we, a great cloud of witnesses, living and dead, who have insisted that this beautiful, broken world of ours is a blessing worthy of both deep gratitude and fierce protection. Our ancestors and our descendants are beckoning us, compelling us onward toward greater connection, greater compassion, greater commitment to one another and the earth." Nathalie Kramer will be giving today's reflection, and I love how her expanded description of home resonates so well with the theme of connection, which is part of March's worship theme. She says, to feel at home in the world is not to be rooted in one spot, but to carry within us a thread of connection, woven from memory, relationship, and meaning, that allows us to arrive again and again wherever we are. I look forward to hearing Nathalie's reflection in a little bit. Her very interesting biography is listed in the order of service. So this is the time to put away any devices that have accompanied you today and put them in worship mode. There are a number of announcements in the order of service, and there's lots to check out about what's going on at North Chapel. And Sherry also has an announcement to make.
Hi. If you're relatively new to North Chapel, or even if you're relatively not new, and you're interested in the workings of the church, all that it takes to make the church run, all the different committees, or the history, the interesting history of North Chapel, we welcome you to new member meetings. We call them new member meetings. And the first one will be next Sunday after church. We'd love for you to contact me or Ann Winnie to let us know how many will be coming for the lunch that we're going to serve you. Thank you.
Good morning, everyone. We had last week, we had a sort of preview on the film series discussions. We're going to be looking at a series of 7 films, and we looked a little bit at Thelma and Louise last Sunday. Today, after church is over at around 11:30 or so, after coffee hour is medium done, halfway done, we're going to look at a film called The Hours, which is about Virginia Woolf. The question that we will be raising at each of these sessions, or the premise that we'll be discussing, is a provocative statement, which is: men no longer boast about the way they rule the world. They simply steal the story of the woman. If that angers you or makes you disagreeable, come to the workshop.
Hi everyone. The Lebanon High School Spring Play is coming up. It's next week, Friday at 7 and Saturday at 1 p.m. and 7 p.m. The play is Clue. It's really cool. Will is playing Colonel Mustard and I'm on tech, so everyone should come.
Thank you. Tatum's here for spiritual exploration with the kiddos, and there will be coffee hour following today's service. We hope you can join us. Welcome to anyone visiting today. Please sign the guest book in the back of the church. We'd love to know who's stopping by. Today's opening words are written by David White, entitled The House of Belonging. I awoke this morning in the gold light, turning this way and that, thinking for a moment it was one day like any other, but the veil had gone from my darkened heart, and I thought it must have been the quiet candlelight that filled my room. It must have been the prayer I said, speaking to the otherness of the night. And I thought, this is the good day. You could meet your love. This is the gray day. Someone close to you could die. This is the day you realize how easily the thread is broken between this world and the next. And I found myself sitting up in the quiet pathway of light. the tawny, close-grained cedar burning round me like fire, and all the angels of this housely heaven ascending through the first roof of light the sun had made. This is the bright home in which I live. This is where I ask my friends to come. This is where I want to love all the things it has taken me so long to learn to love. This is the temple of my adult aloneness, and I belong to that aloneness as I belong to my life. There is no house like the house of belonging.
Good morning. Happy spring. I'm very honored to be here, so thank you for having me. When Mary and Leon asked me to give a reflection, the theme of home immediately sprung up in me. I also told Leon that I might cry a little bit during the reflection. I might. I am and have always been insatiably curious of what home means to others, especially those who have been displaced and those whose physical structure is unreliable or non-existent. Home is not only a place. Perhaps it is a feeling we recognize, a sense of belonging that can live in a person, a memory, or even a moment. It might be the echo of where we've been, the shape of what has held us, sometimes without walls or a fixed address. What does home mean to those of us who have not always felt safe in their home, or for those of us whose physical structure of home has been destroyed? You may, like me, have grown up in a different country than the one you now live in. For us, home can be a complex, nostalgic reaching toward a faraway place we are still trying to understand. There's a longing to belong, to grow roots. To feel at home in the world may not mean being rooted in just one place, but to carry within us pieces of home, alive in memory, people, and places. I ask myself, how might memories of our experiences contribute to a sense of home? Home is a complex word, and it has different meanings for different people. I come from a line of people who were not anchored in one place. For them, home was motion. The American open road for my mother's family, the vagrancy of circus life, My grandfather was born in a circus. They were called the Silver Fisher Kings, and he was an aerial artist. Then he became an actor, but he was on the road most of his life. At the end of his life, I remember talking with him, and he said that he missed being on the road, and that being on the road he was the most happy. For my father, it was a constant uprooting. My father's family survived the repercussions of the French-Algerian War. I explore home not as a place on a map, but a living tapestry of memory, people, landscapes, grief, and imagination. The word home is expansive, evocative. I have long been obsessed with its meaning, as it sometimes is something that I keep creating and building. I ask what belonging means when your life stretches across oceans and continents, and how we carry home within ourselves. For me, home is not one place, not one language. It moves like water and wind and memory, but it also anchors me, makes me feel whole, reminds me of who I am and what I stand for. Let me show you my home. I grew up in Paris, in Corsica, in California. Home moves and multiplies. It pulls me apart. Home is the green metal chairs along the Fontaine de Médicis in the Jardin du Luxembourg. It is the Metro Line 10, Boulogne-Austerlitz, our stop, Maubert Mutualité. It is my mother's calf-length dress and worn-down boots, her blonde ocean-washed hair, a bright copper bowl from India overfull with 10-franc bills, her high-low voice as she sings jazz standards with her electric keyboard to a circle of strangers in the metro hallways. Home is sitting on my father's shoulders at protests outside our apartment at 3 Boulevard Saint-Germain. Crowds like tides, my father's hand steady on my ankle, the world loud and me held above it. It is Pont Sainte-Geneviève that connects Boulevard Saint-Germain with Ile Saint-Louis. It is the smell of Nagchampa in our crowded apartment, a long hallway lined with shoes, the smooth timbre of a harmonium. It is my auntie's hand, her firm grip onto mine. It is the sea in Corsica, white granite, the smell of mimosa flowers and the silver branches of olive trees, goat's bells and polyphonic voices harmonizing across valleys. My father's quick steps, his way of seeing beauty and handing it to me. Home is sitting with my father, a blue bowl with black coffee, bruccio, that's Corsican sheep cheese. My father explains his country to me. He explains that he has no country. I try to understand what it feels like to belong. Home is my mother's California, the Santa Monica cliffs, and empty swimming pools and wheels on concrete, a skateboard scraping the pool's ledge, a beach cottage infested with sand fleas, the smell of the ocean, my first taste of beer. It is the sound of waves, the crash of white, a yellow longboard, the bed of my uncle's truck, and the beach parking lots that gave me shelter during my last year of high school in West Los Angeles. The moon silver in an overcast sky. Home is the purple flowers of jacarandas on currents of wind, Santa Ana fires, and the Santa Anas before the fires. It is my rage and my bones and my blood. It is diving under waves. It is riding the waves with my body. It is the ocean that held me when nothing else did. Home is when writing began to steady me. It is the discovery of a language, my own, words becoming ground. Home is suspended between clouds, in no place, between oceans, landscapes, countries. My mala beads a prayer in between places. It is my father picking me up at the Marseille airport, his blue car with a missing passenger seat window, his red socks. It is walking the Palisades Park in Santa Monica, California, years later, through the grove of eucalyptus, the alleys of Mexican fan palms and Monterey cypress, with my father's ashes. Home is missing my father fiercely. I need him to talk about our world. Home is my niece's voice when she calls my name. Home is my beloved's hands. Home is to begin again. I could go on and on, a litany for home. But as I was thinking of home, I thought of my father a lot. He had a very beautiful way of seeing people and seeing the world. He pointed out beauty all the time. I mean, all the time. He had a way of uplifting whoever he encountered, going out of his way to make someone feel seen. He noticed and pointed out beauty every chance he got. He gave that to me. My father always made me feel at home. To make someone feel at home is such a generous quality, to make others feel at home in the world. How do we do that? Home is creating beauty in a space. It is to begin again. It is hope. It is the light that I carry. Home is seeing others. It is communion. Home is the pieces of me I am learning to hold with tenderness, the wholeness I am. Home is this body. Home is what we build together. How do we come home to ourselves and come home to our hearts and to our breath as a daily practice, as a daily meditation or practice? Thank you.
Our closing words today are by John O'Donohue for longing. Blessed be the longing that brought you here and quickens your soul with wonder. May you have the courage to listen to the voice of desire that disturbs you when you have settled for something safe. May you have the wisdom to enter generously into your own unease, to discover the new direction your longing wants you to take. May the forms of your belonging in love, creativity, and friendship be equal to the grandeur and the call of your soul. May the one you long for you. May your dreams gradually reveal the destination of your desire. May a secret providence guide your thought and nurture your feeling. May your mind inhabit your life with the sureness with which your body inhabits the world. May your heart never be haunted by ghost structures of old damage. May you come to accept your longing as divine urgency. May you know the urgency with which God longs for you. May it be so. Blessed be. Have a wonderful Sunday and a wonderful week. Thank you.